Yo, what is up, guys? Draco Sean here, back with another chapter review. So this is 1067. Initial thoughts on the chapter. It was pretty okay. Nothing groundbreaking. Nothing bad about it. There's nothing really bad about this chapter. It's fine. It's more of an information chapter, I'm being honest. We're just getting more exposition pretty much. But yeah, it's okay for a chapter. We get like different parts. We got the stuff of the revolutionaries with CP0, more information on VEGAPUNK, so on. And Bonnie, I guess, as well, but not really too much, to be honest. So the sum of the chapter, we do find out about the giant robot. So we found out, we know it's from the Void Century, so that we kind of already knew. What we didn't know was that it attacked Mary Zhao, I can't even pronounce it, the Holy Land, pretty much, 200 years ago. That's interesting, so don't know why. We don't know why. Again, this is obviously going to have some ties in the future, but I don't have any theories I can think of. I mean, I'm going to guess that this is going to tie into the giants, because this is an iron giant robot. So, and we know giants can live for over 100 years. So this, I think, is going to have ties to the actual giants of Elbaf. And this arc, I think, is leading towards Elbaf, especially with the stuff we're getting with Soul, which I'm not going to get into that now, but I don't like it. But anyway, the point is, this is definitely tying into Elbaf. I'm 100% sure the next arc is Elbaf, and that I don't think is a debate. The next arc is definitely going to be Elbaf because of the stuff with Vegapunk's backstory with Dragon and the stuff with the giants taking the books. 100% we're getting Vegapunk and Dragon. Now that being the case, we do find out. Well, Bonnie's obviously mad. Let's talk one thing. Vegapunk. Now there is actually a reason for Vegapunk's wacky design last chapter that we saw. And we find out the reason why is because he's eaten an actual devil fruit. I mean, that's interesting. I'm sure he's naturally smart as well, but I guess there's a reason why he has that weird brain design. Now we know why. It's because of his actual devil fruit power, the brain fruit. So fair enough, he's got a devil fruit power. But again, I think he's still even without a devil fruit power, I'm sure he's naturally just that gifted and very smart as well. We learn more about how the clones work. So the six parts of Vegapunk, I'm calling them that because it's so similar to Pain from Naruto. It's ridiculous. Like there's not even, like Oda clearly got this whole concept around Vegapunk is literally the same thing as Pain. It's so similar to Pain. But that being the case, yeah, we're just getting more information on that and how they work and how they get information and store information and all that stuff. So that we learn more about. We get Bonnie getting mad, obviously because she hates Vegapunk for what Vegapunk did to Kuma. Again, obviously, from what we know about Vegapunk, he's not really a bad guy. At first, I wasn't sure about Vegapunk because we didn't know what kind of person he was, but now we do. He's not really a bad guy. And again, I think there's way more to this story, obviously. I don't think Vegapunk wanted to do this to Kuma, but obviously I think Kuma volunteered himself. But again, there's a whole story of him, Dragon, and Kuma that we're going to find out. Because obviously Vegapunk has ties to the revolutionaries because he's him and Dragon they know each other. So based on the backstory we got. But yeah, especially with the whole thing of Ohara and how that helps them kind of, because Clover knows Vegapunk and he knows Dragon as well, so that I think is interesting. But again, the Iron Giant, we get more in that, of course, obviously. So we find out that it attacked Holy Land 200 years ago. We knew it was from the Void Century, so that we're gonna know more about. But we knew we attacked the Holy Land 200 years ago. My guess is, again, this is definitely setting up Elbaf. This whole arc is literally a setup arc for Elbaf, 100%. It's like, this arc for me is an information arc. We're getting more on Vegapunk, because Vegapunk is a character we've known since the pre-time skip. So Vegapunk is a character we need to know more about. But once we move on from this, we are definitely going to get a huge arc on Elbaf, because Elbaf, I'm 100% sure, is where everything is going to go down. Again, I don't know what this giant... I can't think of any theories about the giant, but yeah, I think this, again, I think maybe Elbaf, maybe this is a giant who was under the control of maybe the people of Elbaf, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something because I can't think of anything that makes sense. The world government don't know about this giant, so I don't know, that's something interesting to keep a note of. So yeah, not much going on. And obviously, again, Vegapunk, I think, is going to give Luffy some more lore on Dragon, but we know Luffy. Luffy doesn't give a damn about Dragon. Like, that's the thing is, to be honest, when no one really cares too much when Luffy and Dragon reunite, because they've never met, and Luffy's not the kind of guy who's gonna like tear up because he sees his dad. He's just gonna be super chill about it, because that's who Luffy is. He doesn't give a damn. Like when Luffy meets Shanks or something, that's gonna be quite big, obviously, because you could say Shanks is like Luffy's dad at the time, honestly. So, like, again, that's interesting. But yeah, then we get to the CP0 stuff. Again, there's not much to go on with the other stuff with the Straw Hats. There's not really much. I mean, it's just more information on the 6 paths of Vegapunk. Yeah, well, I guess, sorry, the 6 paths of pain, I should say, and stuff. But not really much going on with that. And finding out Vegapunk's Devil Fruit, obviously, the brain fruit. Interesting. We see CP0, and actually we see Stacy, Kaku, and Lucci. Stacy, Kaku, and Lucci with their masks, which is interesting. They're actually wearing their mask. I'm not gonna lie, Stacy's mask looks kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie. Lucci's got his classic mask. I think we saw that in Dressrosa, actually. We haven't seen Kaku's mask. His mask looks kind of dope, actually, I'm not gonna lie. And then we see the Seraphim Kuma. I think I'm a bit confused because, so the Seraphim Kuma has white hair, so it does have white hair, because I think when we first initially saw it had black hair. So I think that is interesting that it does have white hair, which it makes sense because we know the traits of Lunarians are white hair, brown skin, black wings, and fire on your back. That's literally what Lunarians are. So again, I don't know what's gonna happen with this, but yeah, because obviously they're gonna fight, and I do like how we're getting some stuff about Robin, and Sanji saying I'm gonna protect Robin because obviously it's Lucci, and Lucci's a big deal, obviously. I don't know how this is gonna play out because, like, no offense to Lucci, but Lucci's not someone that I can't take Lucci serious. Like, not like as he's a bad character. Like, it's just because Luffy and the crew are so powerful at this point. Like, someone like Lucci is not that strong anymore. Like, Sanji could definitely beat Lucci 100%. I think he could. I don't think Lucci's as powerful as we give him. I mean, he is strong, I think, 100%. Like, I think he can definitely beat the weaker Straw Hats, but I don't think he can beat I don't think he can beat Jinbei, the Monster Trio. I don't think he can beat any of those guys. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. They do have the Seraphim with them, and to be fair, the Seraphims we know are very powerful. But the interesting thing is we know the Seraphims they're Vegapunk's creation. So I don't know if the Seraphim is actually gonna is the Seraphim going to actually obey Lucci, Kaku, and Stacy? Because I think that obviously Vegapunk should have control of his own creation, I guess. Unless there's some Order 66 stuff going on here. But, like, again, I'm 100% sure that there's going to be a third party coming to Egghead Island. Because I don't think Lucci's big enough as a threat. I think there's going to be another villain. Maybe Lucci will be the main villain of this arc, but I don't see him doing anything too drastic, if I'm being honest. So again, I mean, I guess we're going to see how strong they've gotten. I mean, especially Lucci and Kaku, because we know them since the pre-time script. Stacy, we know, is a new character, so we don't know too much about her. But again, we'll see what happens. And then finally, obviously, the stuff on Kamabaka Kingdom. So we're going back to the Revolutionaries. They still haven't told us anything about Sabo yet. So Oda's still keeping that hidden. Again, I mean, it's interesting because obviously they have Kuma. Like, even though the Revolutionaries kind of took a W, they saved Kuma and everything. Kuma's now acting up. There was a really dope panel actually of Kuma where we have all the Revolutionaries and Kuma is just so huge and he's like breathing and everything. He looks really menacing actually at that point. But yeah, we don't know where Kuma's going. I'm guessing he's gonna go and save Bonnie maybe because he has some humanity left in him maybe. And we see Dragon have a big reaction panel. And same thing with Ivankov as well. I do like that the final panel of the chapter is Ivankov, Kuma, and Dragon, because we do know now, confirmed from last chapter, that those 3 are the founders of the Revolutionary Army. They're the main 3 members, basically. So, and again, they have a bond, and I think that's what Ivankov was talking about in Marineford when he was talking to Kuma, because they've known each other for years. He's quiet, but they've known each other for years, man. So they've got a bond over there. And to be fair, we don't know much about the real Kuma because he's never really shown his real side, but Sabo clearly knows it, Dragon clearly knows it, and we're going to find out more about Kuma, I'm sure, because we know also that Kuma is part of an ancient race, which I don't. I've heard people say he's part Lunarian. I don't think he can't be a Lunarian because he doesn't have any wings, and unless his wings are very small and he's actually on his back and we can't see it. But he doesn't have white hair, so I don't think he is part Lunarian. Maybe, and again, I think he's part of another race that we don't know about yet. So we'll see. Maybe he's part Ming. I don't know. I'm trying to think of random stuff for Kuma because we know there is more to Kuma than we think actually. Because we didn't know he's part of an ancient race. That's something we didn't know. But my theory here is that he's going to go and see Bonnie. Yeah, I think he can sense the danger. Maybe he can sense the Seraphim because we know the Seraphim is based off him. Maybe I'm just trying to think of theories because I can't think of anything why Kuma would be running to Egghead Island because obviously he wants to get to Egghead Island. I don't know how he's gonna get there, but this could set up the revolutionaries going to Egghead Island, and this could set up Dragon meeting up with Luffy, which I don't think it's going to be a huge reveal because, again, it's Dragon and Luffy. They don't really care too much, honestly. So, anyway, that's the chapter. Okay, pretty solid. Better than... Actually, I can't say better than last week. It's just... It hasn't got any... It's nothing groundbreaking in this chapter. Nothing too bad. And there's a break next week as well, so that's interesting. But yeah, post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Have a good day.